Hello, welcome to my Swing Trader Trading channel. Do you have a small cap portfolio that you began at the beginning of 2023 that's up 48%? Well, I do. Let's take a look. Today was April 22nd, 2023. We're here to review the changes to small cap discoveries. I'm on my website, swingtrader.trading. Let's take a look. First, we're going to go to the live scorecard. And as you can see, I have a bar chart representation of all 6 model portfolios on my website. The one that's up the most is Quant Alpha's, up 73% since it started last year. But the one we're looking at is Small Cap Discoveries, and that's up 48% from the beginning of last year. So if we go down here to the spreadsheet, which is a representation of what's in the bar chart, and take a look at Small Cap Discoveries, this spreadsheet is keeping track of by month where we're at on the portfolio compared to the benchmark. It's cumulative. So the first month after we started, which was the beginning of 2022, or 23 rather, we were up, beating the benchmark, but then we fell behind, back up again, up, and then about even in May. And then in June, we take the lead again, and I don't believe we've given the lead up ever since then. And if you follow the spreadsheet across, you'll see that little by little, over the months, is continuing to expand its lead over the benchmark. So let's go and take a look at the portfolio. So here I'm in Google Docs. This is the portfolio here that keep track of all the activity. We have our active positions, and as you can see here, one of the new ones is NOA, which is North American Construction Group. Here's the total up for the portfolio. Here's how we calculate it. You can look at that at a later time. Just want to point out that our main one that's up in the active portfolio is HRTG, which I've already have a tab here that shows you it's a insurance, property, and casualty company. And if you look over here on the closed positions, we have 9 closed positions at this update, and here they are. And as you can see, we have one that's didn't do well. No TV is the symbol, and that is a company called Innotiv, which is a healthcare diagnostic and research company. I looked into it a little bit, and I really couldn't find out why it took a nosedive since we got it in March of a month ago. I'm sure there's a good reason. I just don't know what it is. It didn't make the news as far as I could tell, but this is a small medical company, and things like this can happen. On the other side, one that we removed is VIRC, and that one is a furnishing and fixtures appliances company, consumer cyclical. I just want to point out that we had one pretty big winner and had one pretty big loser, and this portfolio has got around 20 or so stocks in it, and whether we have a big winner or a big loser, it doesn't sink the portfolio. So this is one of the good things about being diversified. The other one I want to mention is ROOT. It's our big winner. I call it the Grand Slam. We had that one only for 2 months. It went up a lot. And over here, here's Root. It's actually an insurance, property, and casualty company, believe it or not. And it had a good 2-month run, and we caught just about the whole run, and our portfolio benefited from that. So let's take a look at what we added. Over here I have my new ads: Armidas, Caesar Sohn, Journey Medical, Honest Company, Industrial Logistics Property Trust, North American Construction Group, Tile Shop Holdings, Universal Technical Institute, Vera Bradley. Over here I can sort by sector, and we have 2 that are consumer cyclical, 2 that are consumer defensive, 2 energy, 1 healthcare, 1 industrial, 1 real estate. You'll notice on this entire list here, there isn't anything that's technology. If we look at the market caps and sort by that, you can see the smallest one, it would definitely be called micro cap, is Journey Medical, and it goes up from there to the University Technical is at 783 million market cap. And we check the volume over here. The lowest volume is Caesarstone, and it goes up from there, steady rising. So let's take a look at what we retained. So these are the ones that were retained, and you can see the list here. I'm not going to read them off because it's quite a few. I'm going to take a look at the sector on these. Then we have basic materials, communication services, consumer cyclical, energy, financial services, a couple of health cares, and 4 industrials. So the software is, right now, it's liking the numbers that it sees for many of the small cap industrials. Check the market cap again, and you can see the smallest one in the retained group is TrueBridge, 120 million market cap, and that goes all the way up to VID, which is at 726. Looking at the volume again, lowest volume is Building Group, 39,000, but its price was $26 a share, so that's a pretty good market cap, and the volume goes up from there until you get down to the bottom. We got a old company, equipment and services, 1.2 million shares a day, so that's pretty good. So going to take a look at the portfolio description. Small cap discoveries. It's made up of 20 to 30 stocks. It has 21 right now. There's 3 separate strategies that I use to get a good cross section of small and micro cap stocks. The criteria is earnings per share, related data concerning earnings per share, relative strength, price sales, price book. Now these type of stocks are going to be small and micro cap. Now, one thing about this portfolio, since it is small cap and micro cap, the liquidity, as you saw, is limited, so you have to use extreme caution if you're ever going to put a market order at the open or close on these stocks. I do myself on many of these, and I don't have any trouble. I do due diligence before I add anything to the portfolio to make sure that it seems like it has enough liquidity to do market orders, open and close, for a reasonable amount of money. I'm going to cover the back test when we get to the portion of the video that is about the blog post. Now we're going to take a look at the blog post that just got posted on my website, Swing Trader Trading, for small cap discoveries. So here we have the blog post. It does a summary first of how many stocks got added and removals. A total of 21 stocks are in the portfolio now. It mentions that it's up 48% for the year, 38% ahead of the benchmark. Here it talks about the back test for the small cap discoveries. The back test was performed over 19 years, and 15 of the years it outperformed the IJR index ETF. It underperformed in years 2008, 2015, 2017, and 2019. But when it outperformed, it usually was by a wide margin, and when it underperformed, it was relatively modest when it underperformed. The best year was 2009, right after the financial crisis in 2008, when it was up by 127%. Here it's showing you what was added, this update, and what was removed. We already covered that previously in the video. Noteworthy are, as far as stocks that were up in the portfolio, is ORN, which is Orion Group, and it is up 28% since it was added in February of this year. HRTG, which is Heritage Insurance, and I already mentioned it's up 80%. BIRC was added in September, and it was removed by the software. It was up 60%. Moving on down, here's a link that would go to the portfolio details tab, which we already looked at. And here I always like to have a review of the performance of all my 6 model portfolios as of the end of business on Friday. You can see the number 1 is Quant Alphas, as I mentioned before. Small Cap Discoveries is here, and it shows the rest of the portfolios there. Take a look at the back tests. Have back tests on 5 of the model portfolios. Small Cap Discoveries is here. You can see it has a pretty good back test. And in the summary, I mentioned that the newly added stocks and the retained ones now contain no touch stocks, and this demonstrates that one does not need to be invested in tech stocks to make money in the stock market over time. Now, if you're wondering what kind of criteria do I use to select these stocks using the software, I would recommend you go to criteria for stock selection on my main website, and in here it talks about what criteria that I used for this in the software to generate market beating picks, and also talks about the back tests in much more detail. Thank you for your interest in the video, and I just want to mention that I have subscribed to my website that's free, and if you subscribe you'll get the blog post as soon as they're issued. When you see the video, unfortunately it's going to be a little late, so if you want to up-to-date information, please subscribe to my website. Thank you. Hello, I guess that wraps up the video for today. I hope you got some value from it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, and if you did like the video, give me a like, and also make a comment if you feel you need to or want to talk about something. Thank you.